Hi, we are the business analytics team, and in this presentation, we'll be sharing our analysis on sales and customer data using IBM Cognos Analytics. Our goal was to uncover insights that can help us improve sales performance and better understand customer behavior. To do this, we built a solid data model and created detailed reports and designed interactive dashboard that highlights key metrics, trends, and customer segments. We'll walk you through how we prepared this data, show you our key visualizations, and share the insights and recommendations we have developed. Let's start with the different roles our team has had. Hi, I'm Kritika, and I'm the dashboard developer, and I was responsible for designing and developing the interactive dashboard for this analysis.
Hi, I'm Jasleen Kaur and I contributed to this project as a data engineer. I was responsible for data pre-processing to support this analysis.
Hi, I am Harshpreet and I was the designer for this project. So I worked on the visualizations and dashboards created and analyzed them and created a report for documentation purposes.
Hi, I am Harsheen Kaur and I worked on compiling and analyzing the reports that you will see today.
Hi, I'm Divyansh Agarwal. I am an insight strategist. So I have derived insights from this complex data and tried to build strategies around it.
Now, let's move on to the dashboard.
So I'll be walking you through the dashboard one, that is a retail executive overview. So this dashboard basically gives us a high-level snapshot of business performance and highlighting the sales trends, customer behavior, top performing categories, and top performing malls. So this gives a high level overview about all these key matrices that we have tried to measure through this dashboard. So let's start with the layout of the dashboard. So on the top, you see the total revenue. So as we can see, the business has generated 252 million in revenue overall. So it's a strong performance matrix. And if I talk about the total customer, so total customer are 99.5 thousand unique customers uh, that has made the purchase, and again showing a very wide reach. On the top left, we have listed the top performance mall, shorted by the revenue. So malls like Kevahir, AVM, and Mall of Istanbul stand out with a sales figure like 26,250, indicating a high customer traffic and purchase power. Now moving towards the visual charts. So the bar chart shows the highest profit category. So here we can see amongst all the categories, the technology and the shoe is leading. And with that, we can make like high margin segment worth investing in. We can, of course, plan to invest more in these categories. And the next pie chart to break it down, sales by category. So this basically tells about the total revenue or the maximum revenue achieved by different categories. So in this, we can see that technology and food and beverage is dominating the volume. And lastly, we are gonna go through the combo chart, which is at the bottom, and basically it tells about the monthly sales across years 2021 to 2023. And there is also a filter that we can use which says the select value, which basically gives you overall performance of year 2001 and similarly 2002 and 2023. So that's overall about the dashboard one. And if I have to talk about the key insight from this dashboard, so we can say that technology products derive the most profit, while shoes is something which is following it closely. And if I talk about the sales stay stable throughout the year, shows a steady customer engagement. So it's like a evergreen business. if we talk about the numbers. And again, as we can see, mall is also one of the malls are also one of the biggest contributor to the revenue, where Mall of Istanbul and Shevahir are the top malls to the revenue contribution. Moving next towards the dashboard two.
So now let's move on to the second dashboard, that is retail sales and sales trend and distribution. This dashboard is focused on analyzing sales behavior over time and identifying which malls are driving the most revenue. The data spans across 3 years from 2021 till 2023, offering a comprehensive view of recent sales performances. Now let's look at the visuals. First up, we have the daily sales line chart. This chart shows day to day fluctuations in sales, helping us identify peak sales period, for instance, during promotions or weekends. Next up, it shows there is a monthly sales for line chart. Here we track the total sales by month. A visible drop during the second quarter, that is from April to June, signals a seasonal slowdown, possibly post holiday or due to inventory cycles. Thirdly, we have mall distribution. That's a bar chart. This compares total sales by mall. Canyon and Mall of Istanbul are the top performers, indicating where customer footfall and engagement are the highest. Now, we can talk about the key insights from this dashboard. So, as we can see, March shows the highest sales spike, likely driven by the end of quarter promotions. Secondly, the top three malls dominate overall revenue, suggesting a strong opportunity to double down on what's working these locations. As we can see, the daily sales data helps detect key consumer behavior patterns, especially during weekends and major events. Now, moving on to the third dashboard.
Yeah. Now I'll move on to the customer insights. We'll focus on customer shopping patterns and using our data analysis. Our first insight focuses on how purchases vary across age groups. We found that customers aged 25 to 64 make highest number of purchases. This group forms the core of our customer base and consistently drives sales, whereas fewer transactions are from younger and older customers. In the next slide, we found that the customers between 35 to 64-year-old generate the largest share of our revenue, accounting for nearly 60% of our total profit. But the 25 to 34 group is also a strong contributor that cannot be neglected. While the 18 to 24 and 65 plus groups have lower profit percentages, they still represent valuable segment that shouldn't be overlooked. When it comes to payment methods, cash is the most commonly used option across all age categories. This means flexible payment method and cash method should be available for better customer satisfaction. Another key insight is that we found that female customers are likely spending more overall compared to male customers. This gave us valuable opportunity to enhance engagement through targeting promotional and personalization offers. This is all for the dashboards. Now we'll move on to the reports in just a sec.
Hi. So I will be presenting the first report to you. So if you can see that if we look at the customer segmentation, our top spenders are females aged 25 to 44, which bring us the most return on investment, and targeting them would be beneficial for us. And if you look at it, males generally spend lesser across all categories. If we look at just the categories, so shoes had the highest volume sold, and technology, while if you look at the revenue, so that was technology that earned the highest revenue, even with lesser units being sold. And if you look at another category, so cosmetics, we sold a high quality quantity, but we earned only low revenue because of the low margin and the pricing issues. And if we go from year on year trends, and so the clothing was the most consistent top selling item from 2021 to 2023, and food and beverage, shoes, other items and categories show steady sales, and souvenir and cosmetics are the two categories that showed lower quantities across all years. If you look at the daily sales, so we do see that there are possible that these sales may have spiked during holidays, events, or the weekends, or due to some promotions. However, we do not notice any major dip. So it is safe for us to say that the revenue across all these streams was somewhat stable. Our final decision based for the return of investment would be to wait that customers wait best for the seasonal or campaign related spikes, and it is mostly females aged 25 to 24 or to 25 to 44, which should be our target audience. And if we have to look at any recommendation, we should focus more on the marketing, and also targeting other age groups, and also to offer more items with higher margin, so that even though we are selling more quantity in sales, we make a higher revenue from it. Okay. Over to Harsheen.
This sales analysis highlight clear leaders in category performance and customer behavior. Clothing and shoes emerged as the top revenue generators, with shoes selling the highest volumes at 30,217 units. Technology, despite lower unit sales at 15,021, contributed significantly to overall revenue, indicating a high price point and strong profit margins. This positions technology as a key high margin category for future promotions. From a customer demographic perspective, females aged 35 to 44 and 25 to 34 were the top contributors to revenue. Across all age groups, female customers consistently outspent male customers, signaling a high return audience. This makes the females from age group 25 to 44 segment the ideal for targeted marketing and personalized offers. The category data further reveals that cosmetic performed well in quantity but lagged in revenue, pointing to potential pricing issues or thin margins. Meanwhile, shoes and food and beverages maintained stable performance over the last 3 years, as seen in the yearly heat map. Clothing remained the most consistently purchased category, reinforcing its dominance in the product mix. Looking at the daily sales trend from 21 to 2023, we observed a stable revenue stream with regular spikes during holidays, campaigns, or weekends. Importantly, there were no significant dips, indicating reliability and consistent customer engagement. In conclusion, our top performing categories are clothing, shoes, and technology, while our most valuable customer base is females aged from 25 to 44. To maximize return on interest, we recommend focusing campaigns for the demographics and bundling strategies in high profit margin categories like technology. Thank you so much.